Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of A Double Feature, where we are taking a look at the Best Animated Feature category for the 2014 Oscars. In case you live under a rock and still have not heard what the nominations are, the nominations are the Croods, Despicable Me 2, Ernest Celestine? I think I'm saying that right. Celestine. Okay, Ernest and Celestine. Frozen and The Wind Rises. So we got quite a maybe plethora is not the right word, but we've got quite a variety in this category this year. Quite a variety.
From little mice to kamikaze planes.
That's right. So with that being said, let's just get the obvious out of the way. Derek, looks like we picked the same movie again to be the what we think will be the front runner of this category, Disney's Frozen. Yeah. And to start us off, I wanted to ask you a question. Do you think that Frozen is almost a rebranding film for Disney? And I mean that in the sense that it's a princess movie, right? Disney is very famous and notorious for their princess movies, and yet it was a very different princess movie and a very different ending. Satisfying, but different. Very different from Disney's normal endings and lots of fun twists. So, I mean, do you think this is almost maybe a rebranding film for Disney?
It could be. I mean, I really liked the ending, the fact that there was no marriage. That was good. I liked how they started throwing out the practical advice of you should never marry someone you just met. That was also good.
That's true.
I also liked how they were a little more sincere when it comes to the love between family, as trumping that between the romantic
kiss,
interest.
Yeah. True love's first kiss or whatever.
Yeah. So I liked all of that. So I don't know if it's a strict rebranding. I'd have to see what's coming up next, but I did find all of the, shall we say, common sense in the film Frozen very refreshing in a Disney film, which made it the relationships much more real and relatable.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I also felt like, I don't know if you felt this way, but I felt like, animation-wise, it was good. I mean, I don't know if it was, standoutish, like, wow, this is something new and this is different. I mean, it wasn't like Brave, where in Brave you had Miranda's hair, right? I mean, that was just, wow, that was breathtaking. So not that, but I felt like it deserved Best Animated Feature because of that. It took everything that company is built on, this fairy tales and love at first sight and princesses, and really kind of turned it upside down for a fresh story.
Yeah. I think in defense of some of the animation, some of the ice crystals that they were able to animate were pretty spectacular of how they could get the light in the crystals to bend like it really would with real ice.
I guess that's true. No, that's true. Touche. I had forgotten about that.
That was a really nice effect that they were able to do.
And so rightfully so. Frozen, I hope, will win. I think it definitely deserves it, no doubt. That being said, though, what do you feel of the remaining four would be maybe a close second place win?
In my hoped-for world, I think it would be a toss-up between either The Wind Rises or Ernest and Celestine. Because those two are 2D animation.
Yeah.
And the last time a film won Best Animation that was 2D was 2002. And that was also
years.
Miyazaki's film. That was Spirited Away. Everything else has been 3D CGI, with the exception of 2005 Wallace and Gromit, which was claymation.
Still 3D, but yeah, different.
Yeah, but it's not computer generated. I mean, as such. And more than anything, I would like to see just the 2D style of animation get acknowledged for the artistry that it has. I mean, both films, from what I can tell, are solid in storyline. They're pushing animation into interesting and new techniques. Ernest and Celestine, it's basically an animated watercolor. Visually,
I noticed that.
It's gorgeous to look at. But I think the Academy by far has just become obsessed with more the technology side of it rather than the artistry side when it comes to animation.
Yeah. And I was going to ask, from my memory, I don't think we've ever had a watercolor animation film before. I think that this might be the first.
I know they've done watercolors with some Disney films, but those were just for background. They've never been for characters.
Okay. So because I was thinking, when I was going through some of the stuff for the Ernest and Celestine, I was like, wow, what an achievement. I mean, this is something really new and exciting, and so definitely deserved the recognition that it received, and if not, maybe a second place win. Okay, so you said your hope for is one of the two foreigns, but realistically, what do you think? The Croods?
I mean, The Croods was a good storyline. If I was going to pick between The Croods and Despicable Me 2, I might just go with Despicable Me 2. If for no other reason, it is quickly proving itself to be an unforgettable franchise.
Agreed.
It does a fairly decent job mixing in the humor with the heart. Even if I found Despicable Me 2, sort of the heart things was very, very predictable.
That's true.
Because in first movie we get a dad, we know in the second movie we're going to get a mom, and as soon as we see her, like, yep, there she is, right there, and then we're just waiting for her.
That's true. That's true.
But it still had some surprises in it. The espionage aspect was great, whereas The Croods, it was a solid story, but going into it, it played into every predictable stereotype that we could get. Granted, it was during a caveman time, so we got to see it play out in the cave family.
Right.
But the animation between the two, I felt, was about on the same par. The jokes and stories, I might put The Croods story-wise a bit above Despicable Me 2.
Okay.
But that's just me. I don't like fart jokes. And Despicable Me 2 had a few.
Quite a few of those. Yeah.
Whereas The Croods, not so much. Other than that, but really, I think they're both good movies, but if asked I'm just going to shrug and say meh for both of them.
Yeah. No, I agree. My desire for a second place win, maybe it'll surprise us all and be a first place, would be The Wind Rises, just because having lived in Japan myself and been to his studio and seen, gosh, if not all, certainly a majority. I've seen a majority of his films, and I just think he's a very talented man, definitely a pioneer in the Japanese animation film. And if this film truly is his send-off film, as everyone is claiming it is, or sort of his goodbye masterpiece, whatever they're calling it, I really hope he gets some kind of recognition, whether if it's I don't know, maybe he'll surprise us all and win the award. I doubt it, but yeah, he would be my hope for a second place win if possible. But yeah, the foreign animation category doesn't have a great track record with the Academy, so
yeah, like
I'm going to agree with you and be like,
one. Well, no, I guess Wallace and Gromit, that was foreign.
Oh, that's foreign?
Well, British.
I guess. Okay, yeah, all right.
Aardman Studios, that's British. But still, that was 2005.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's been pretty solidly Pixar, DreamWorks since then. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that would be nice to see a little more of those. But yeah, I'm with you as well that I thought Despicable Me 2 is, it's just the way they were able to sort of keep things somewhat fresh and not just repeat all the same jokes over and over again and kind of kill them. I felt like that's what the Shrek franchise did. They just, it was just the same jokes over and okay, yes, we heard the joke the first 3 movies. We got it. We get it. Yeah, so I felt like this did a better job at sort of kind of reinventing itself for the most part, kind of in the second go around. So,
yeah. And now the Minions get their own movie. Somehow, I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about that.
I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, that brings our discussion to a close, but let us know what you think. What do you think of these picks for best animated feature, the nominations, I mean, and who do you think will win? Are you with us? Do you think Frozen's a clear-cut winner, or do you think we're going to get a big surprise when they open that envelope? Let us know in the comments section below. As always, you can follow us on social media and see all the things that we're up to throughout the week. And we'll see you guys next week when we discuss the best the best actress, best supporting actress categories. And until then, watch good movies.